Hey, Dad Martin here. I wanted to just share some thoughts. I have I have gotten some messages, some very positive and some very you know negative. Like the negative comments doesn't affect me, like emotionally. They don't affect me, but I think it's even though they don't affect me emotionally, I think sometimes I would like to acknowledge them. Not the person who is struggling to understand the world and understand people, but the comments itself. So I want to, and this is not an answer to any negative comments or whatever, because for me, I don't want to meet hate with hate. That's not my approach. It's I like to answer them, you know. I, I like to answer them sometimes, but not give them too much attention and not feed their hate. Because usually when you get a hateful comment or someone hates you and you fight back, that's what they want. That's their bread and butter. That's why they hate, because they want validation for their hate. They want to hate you, and when you respond with hate, they're like, yes, yes, this is what I want. I want my hate to turn you into a hateful person. And maybe some other things, I don't know. But I've gotten some comments, of course, about my eyes, because I wear contact lenses. My eyes are not tattooed. I am dumb, but I'm not stupid. So I I have not tattooed my eyeballs. That's way in the future when they actually get a hold of it and sort of know what to do without blinding people left and right. So, and even then, I might not do it, you know. But yeah, I do wear lenses. And also, if you notice, I wear hoodies in all of my videos, actually. And to be honest, and this is for my subscribers, this is not to people who hate or whatever. This is for my subscribers. It's not sort of an apology. It's more of an explanation if you want to know, you know? So I have complex PTSD. And if you don't know what that is, the difference between PTSD, post-traumatic stress, and complex post-traumatic stress is that post-traumatic stress is usually something that happens after maybe a single event. Let's say a car crash, or someone gets killed in front of you, or something traumatic happens, and you kind of are able to maybe work through it because it's sort of a single event, or maybe you're not able. But either way, like, complex post-traumatic is when something happens over and over a period of time, you could say, which is my way of saying my childhood. and a lot of my adult life. And when you think about that, and you think about the eyes are the windows to the window to the soul. People read you through your eyes, even if you don't want them to. They sort of, us humans, we can look into someone's eyes and we can be like, okay, like you get sort of an energy feeling. I don't know. It goes deeper than my knowledge, but that's how you sort of read people beyond what they're saying and expressing. So for me, wearing contacts and wearing lenses is sort of like, just imagine that you're living by a busy street, very busy street, and your apartment or whatever is basically in the middle of it. And sometimes you just want to pull the curtains, right? Close the curtains. You want to have some privacy. You don't want to show everything to the world, Maybe you can pull the curtains aside, open a window and say, hey, what's up? And share a bit of yourself. But having the curtains open in a busy street can feel kind of invasive, especially if you're struggling with some conditions that have made you dependent on some sort of privacy, some sort of solitude and peace, And I noticed that when I have the lenses on, I always give my most honest, I never put on a show, but I always give my honest, most vulnerable, just open reaction to stuff. But sometimes it's, you're like, okay, this is what I want people to hear. This is what I want people to, no, not even, that was kind of not the right words, but this is what I'm willing to share with people. So when I have lenses on, you could say that you only get what I'm willing to share, right? It kind of makes me feel more secure. It makes me feel more like I'm like nobody is sort of walking by and looking into your living room because it's in the middle of a busy street. So that's why it's not for shock value or whatever. The world is shocking as it is. Like I don't think it makes a difference if I wear contact lenses, that the world is going to be a more shocking place for people. And also the hoodie, it's more difficult to explain, but my whole childhood, I always used to wear like a beanie or a hat, you know what I mean? Not a top hat. I'm not a magician. But just something pulled over my head. Also a hoodie. And it might sound strange to some people, but it sort of feels like a protection. It really does. Like this is very hard to explain, but it's like protecting your mind. And I know that of course, it doesn't protect your mind. If you pull a hoodie over your head, it's not protecting your head or your mind or thoughts, whatever. But it is a trauma response. It definitely is. And as long as it's making me feel better, then that's what I'll do. Also, the tattoos doesn't make me a tough guy or whatever. You know, it really doesn't make me a tough guy. That's not why I got tattoos on my face at all. I actually got this is kind of funny. Kind of. I actually got my tattoos on my face before 2013. So that's over 10 years, 12 years ago, something. I don't know, whatever. I'm not good at math. But as you can clearly see, maybe. But, and then the sort of whole hip-hop scene changed with SoundCloud, whatever. People were getting tattoos on their face that looked like your notes from high school, you know, like drawing something on the side, drawing something on your desk, maybe. Or when you fall asleep at a party and someone draws a dick on your face, you know. That's basically how most rappers look like these days, and especially a few years ago. So when that happened, I was like, oh no, you know, because suddenly I had to be like, okay, I'm not part of this sort of trend, but now I'm kind of forced into it in some ways. But for me, it's tattoos and body art, body work, whatever. It's always been a part of human nature. It's always been a part of us. And I see my body as a blank canvas. Some people might say, yeah, but we're born the way we're born, and that's how it's supposed to be. But people have different opinions. And for me, it's I see my body as a clear, empty canvas. Just like my brain, basically. It's a canvas. And it's colored by thoughts and experiences and, yeah, things that you see, things that you hear. Like, it shapes your soul. So for me, tattoos is the same thing. And body work, whatever body modifications, stuff like that. Like, it's sort of choosing to also let it be on the outside. Does that make me a tough guy who's not supposed to feel when I hear something, when I listen to something profound or something that touches me, touches my soul? No, not at all. It's not an armor. It's a diary, and it's on the outside. And it's not on the outside because I feel like I have to explain myself or put myself in this, I want people to know, you know. It's not about that. Like, if you come up to me and you ask me about my tattoos, I will tell you. It's not It's not to be mysterious or this tough guy or whatever. It just is what it is. And I know also when I started to tattoo myself, not tattoo myself, but getting tattoos in places that people would notice, I knew what came along, sort of. I knew the consequences socially. I'm not like, yeah, but you should just accept it and that's it. I knew that, of course, it would be something that people notice. They would have questions. Unfortunately, not a lot of people ask those questions. They just form the questions within themselves. And it becomes a kind of an insecurity within themselves. If they were only to ask me, then it wouldn't be something you had to bear at all. Because I put them there. It's not your burden or cross to bear or whatever you want to call it, you know? So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. And I want to thank you all for your support and your love. Actually, you've shown so much love and compassion and stuff in the comments, and I really appreciate it. It's very nice. It doesn't make me feel like, ooh, I'm good. It makes me feel more connected to similar people, or people that I would love to talk with and have a conversation with, and we might have our differences. I hope we have our differences, because a world full of me would be extremely boring. So it's very much appreciated, very much. And as always, I want to thank Dad Music, Liam, for helping me with this. And actually, he said in his previous video that the video where he mentions me, that he wanted to try to help me to sort of open up and not just sit alone with my thoughts and insecurities and feelings and stuff like that, but just sort of open up and not be afraid to open up. And so I want to thank him for that. That it has made a huge difference in my life, mentally. And as always, I want to thank KA Media, because she does my shorts videos, and she is just an amazing, supportive person. She does a lot of graphics for me. The only thing I do by myself is react to videos and edit the videos. That's what I do by myself. All the graphics, the thumbnails, the shorts, stuff like that, that's KA Media. So I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys. Appreciate every single one of you. I know this was kind of maybe a little bit boring or whatever, but I felt like I had to get it off my chest. Otherwise, I would be obsessing about it, you know. So, yeah. So, okay, I'll see you very soon in a new reaction, or more new reactions. All right. Take care, guys.